And now, we're going to give you the micro lesson. I'll bet you're glad you stayed around for this. This micro lesson is not about what is true. It's not about what is true. All right, now let me introduce it. Here's a micro lesson on understanding what level of awareness you're operating at. Now, first of all, this is a way of looking at the world. Don't think of it as true or false. It's simply a frame or a filter you can put on the world that either works and helps you understand things, or it doesn't. So judge it only by whether it's useful, not whether it's true. And let me tell you what these levels are. And this is based on my own observation. So everything here is just from me as the source. When you are born and you're a child, I'm going to call you innocent. You believe what your parents tell you. You believe in Santa Claus. You believe in whatever religion they tell you is the right one. You basically believe authority. But as you get a little bit older, you become what I call a truther. Somebody who thinks that the facts and the truth are what really matter. And you understand that people could lie to you. Your parents could lie to you about Santa and the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy. But other people, other adults could lie to you too. So you got to be careful. So you're a little higher level of awareness now because you know people can lie and you know that the facts and the truth are the most important thing. Unfortunately, once you believe that the truth is the most important thing, you become a victim because the truth is not something that you have access to. It's something that's provided to you and you tend to accept it. That is to say that there are people in power who control what the truth is. So the moment you say, what matters to me most, what will guide me in my decisions, my affiliations, will be the truth, you become a victim. Because leaders will feed you a truth that you'll believe that will be putting you in a victim category. The leader will say, hey, you're black. You need to be with all the other black people and ask for certain things. Hey, you're a member of the LGBTQ community. You need to be a victim so that I, as a leader, can get you some better stuff. Better stuff in terms of a better life. So, the moment facts are your most important criteria, you will almost always be dragged into the victim level of awareness. And leaders will tell you that they have the truth. You will accept it because you tend to affiliate with a side and accept their truth. This is a bad place to be. Next, if you can climb out of that, maybe through experience and just thinking about things right, and maybe you have a good mentor, you can raise your level to be a skeptic. A skeptic is someone who rejects the assigned opinions. Doesn't mean you have the right answers. Doesn't mean you're the smart one. It just means that you don't automatically take the approved answer. You become skeptical. So this is a higher level of awareness, but has a limited utility. It can keep you out of trouble by keeping you skeptical to things that might hurt you, but there's still a ways to go. The next level is what I call the strategist level, where you say to yourself, I don't know what's true, but I do know what works. I know that if I have more talent and build a proper talent stack, that I will be more effective. I know that if I use a system rather than a goal, I'm going to get a better result. I know if I work hard, I'll get a better result than if I don't. I know that if I network with lots of people, I'll get a better result than if I don't. So the strategist is not working on so much what is true, but rather what they observe works. And then at the top level, I call this the author level. Now, can the author actually change? Let me change my spelling here. A terrible speller. Simulation. That's close enough. I'm not saying an author or a person operating at that level of awareness can literally change reality, because we're not smart enough to know that. We don't even know what reality is, much less that someone is changing it. But they will have the experience of it. And when you observe them, it will seem as if they can. Who would be in this level? Well, I would put Trump in that level. Trump isn't caring so much about the facts, right? He's loose with the fact checking. He's certainly above a skeptic, and he's certainly understands strategy. So he's passed through these levels to the point where he literally just makes stuff happen out of nothing. How about Mike Cernovich? He's an author. He does things that you almost can't understand would be possible. He's simply authoring the reality, or it looks like that way, right? So keep in mind, I'm saying it's the appearance of changing reality that's the part we can observe. We don't know what's really happening under the hood. How about Naval Ravikant? In my opinion, he's operating at the author level, meaning that if you looked at his life and what he's able to do, it just doesn't seem normal. It's almost as if he can manipulate reality itself. So people can be in more than one group, but I would submit to you that one way to use this is if you are in a disagreement with somebody, you might not actually be disagreeing. And I have this problem quite a bit on Twitter. There are a number of people on the truther level who will come at me on Twitter and they'll say, for example, transgender people are whatever they were born at. This is a man, and this is a woman, and that's just a fact. That's the truther level. If somebody at the truther level, the fact level, that's the only thing that matters, is the facts, gets into a debate with somebody who's operating at a strategy level, at least, much less the higher level, these two people will look like they're having a debate, but they're not. They're not even in the same, realm of reality or awareness. So, for those of you who say to me, but Scott, it's just a fact. This is a man. It's just a fact that this is a woman. Well, if facts are what matter most to you, okay, but we're not having the same conversation. I'm at a strategy level, and I'm saying, well, what works? Given this set of uncertainties and disagreements, what do you do about it? What's a system that makes all that work? And that's a different conversation than is somebody definitely a man or definitely a woman. Might be fun to talk about, doesn't have much use in the real world versus strategy. And the higher level is, if you want something to happen, make it happen. And that is your micro lesson. So, notice that the stories that I talked about were all about subjective reality. They were all about fake news, and they're all about what you believe. Once you release on the fact that you can't really know what's true, then you have the ability to rise up the levels of awareness and make yourself more effective. If you're completely limited by what the facts are, then your ability to author the simulation will be just not something you could do. But the people who understand that there's something about this reality that doesn't quite make sense in terms of our factual or even scientific understanding, once you see how often the same people can seem to author the simulation, because it's the same people, right? That somebody who can do it does it more than once, right? Elon Musk is authoring the simulation. Elon Musk is not trapped in any of these lower levels, right? I don't even think he's at the strategy level, although clearly he understands strategy. I think he's operating unambiguously, in my opinion. It's hard to know from the outside. But it looks to me like he's changing reality consistently. And when somebody can do that, you have to say to yourself, how do I do that? And that is your live stream for today. And I'm going to go do something else. And I am so happy to be back in America, even though vacation was terrific. And I hope you enjoyed this live stream. And if you want to see the individual awareness level micro lesson, that'll be posted on the Locals platform, subscription platform. a little bit later today.